Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to Majo to Yajuu, episode 10, in which we will meet the origin witch. Ah. Yeah, probably, that's the title of the episode, isn't it? In the previous episode, Guido took over her beastly body and defeated Ashgan. Not without some trouble, of course. She also got some help from Matt, although that help was debatable at best, I would say. But yeah, Ashgan got a hit on Guido, cut her once and shattered her mask that I believe is a limiter of some sort. But Guido in the end won, and with just her left arm, the one with armor on it, so probably a limiter of some sort. I'm not sure, but that would be my bet. Ashgan went unconscious, was sealed back, I would assume, by Helga, or maybe just defeating him by Guido was enough to seal him back. I don't know, who's to say. Meanwhile, the priest ran away, tried to get to the refuge for the villagers, but got sniped with like a stone marble or something by Guido. His arms were cut off because, we know that his right arm can mind control people, but on the off chance it's both, let's cut off both of them. Why don't we? So yeah, he's not a threat. He's been captured. Matt's second in command was captured as well. Lowell, I believe is her name. And they were carried off somewhere. Helga requested that not here, because she doesn't want to, see blood and screaming and stuff like that, but somewhere else, make them wish that they would die. So they're not in for a fun time, I would assume. Helga finally agreed to be under the protection of the organization that Ashaf and Guido are members of, and we also got some backstory for for Ashgan and Helga, how Helga was the only one to care about Ashgan, how Ashgan was sealed by one of her ancestors, in a permanent state of being awake but not being able to do anything, just an eternal limbo, and Helga was the only one to take pity on him. So there were weird feelings between them that neither of them could fully comprehend or identify, really. So there is perhaps some redemption for Ashgan, probably not, but just maybe. Just maybe, at least in his sword form. Probably not in the demon form, because he loses all higher functions, but as long as he remains in the sword form, I would say he can at least continue to be some sort of a mentor / paternal figure for Helga. So that was a nice resolution. It was nice to see Guido finally fight. It was cool in general, cool episode. And from what we can tell from the previous, this episode will be about the origin witch, and we could hear the voice of Fanora. I recognize that voice anywhere because it's of course the voice actress of Visha from Youjo Senki. And that's where we are. So I wonder whether we will make it back to the organization, maybe to bring Helga there and we will meet Fanora. Or maybe the episode will be Guido, Ashaf, and Fanora and Johan meeting somewhere random during some sort of a task. Or maybe we are going to jump back to following Fanora and Johan, and we're going to leave Ashaf and Guido for a while. I guess all of those possibilities are equally plausible. We'll see. We'll see, of course, in this episode. To do that, of course, to see that, you will need your subs to follow along with me. I'm going to need my sound to hear what's going on in the show. And I'm going to have to ask you for support. Support the channel if you want monetarily or not on Patreon, YouTube, down below. Share my content, spread the word, cost you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 10 of Majo to Yajuu in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, last time on Dragon Ball Z. Right, and we know that he was added alone. Okay, so we are starting just where we left off. Are we? Or is it just really a last time on Dragon Ball Z? I don't know. I would assume that if we were to switch POV to Fanora and Johan, we wouldn't be getting a reminder of what happened in the last episode? I don't know. I'm not sure. Is there anything in the OP that would maybe hint at what can we expect? Because we see scenes from every single arc of the show so far. The segment after the fake out has some characters. I wonder if there are any that we haven't seen yet. Seen them, seen them, seen them, seen them. Nobody else in that segment, at least. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we are continuing with Helga. With Guido. Where Guido, speaking of. Huh. That's cool. That's a cool piece of paper. Oh, so we are back at the HQ after all. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, and here's Guido. Be good. Her. Why is she not coming with? I guess she's not allowed inside of the corridors. I don't know. Paintings. Of course. I can't see that either. Maybe I'm not giving her enough credit. Yes, very much so. She's gonna spot a witch. You just had to say it. You just had to say it, Ashaf. You just had to say it. And of course, within Guido's earshot. Take me to her. Of course. Of course she's getting involved. From above. Didn't even need to move. Watch the witch turn out to not be a witch, just a, I know, chocolatier brewing pralines. What's up with your food, Guido? Fanora? No. Huh, shit. Is she really a witch? Is it just a coincidence, or is she actually a fucking witch? Okay, so it does work. Just an herbalist, probably. Okay, so she lives. Probably. So far. For now. Probably not. Or maybe it will, okay. I thought it's maybe like not supposed to make sense. Oh, it's a witch order. Shit. And you left Guido alone. Ah. Yeah, he just legitimately panicked right now. There's a witch on the loose, and Guido is also on the loose. Ashaf? Witch? Everybody's gonna die. And the kids are whisked away. Of course. Shit! Okay. That I did not expect. That's the garden from like the first episode, isn't it? Or not, I guess. Oh, he's the priest's partner, probably. The paladins took him. With the paladins. Go after them. Whomst. Oh, is it one of the kids? Is she a witch? Is she a witch? The origin witch. What? Of course, there's a smile. Okay, so we know her by name. We know who she is. Why was Guido bothering with any other witches then? If we know which exact witch we're looking for. Yeah? So? All of your forbidden instruments are probably made by witches. Let's be honest here. I'm gonna take yours. Yep. Yeah, not quite full strength. Minimal strength is enough. Hate! Yes, you don't know what you've gotten yourself into, my dude. You really couldn't have picked a worse target. The red string of fate. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting. Why? Yeah, and you really thought that like a broken ankle would stop her from going against a witch. You really thought. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Why? Because she's a powerful asset for the organization or to you personally? Are they sisters? Just, random thought. Same eye color, same hair color. Okay, it's her body. Huh. So she's in like a different body now, or is it just her spirit? Or what's going on? Hmm. That's like a limiter of her curse or something? Is this technically self-cessed? Yes. Those are some big eyes. And a kiss. No? Close. Almost. What's your deal? Do you just want to play a game? Is that all? Is it? Is that all? Is that it? Nope. Not gonna be that easy. I mean, you know best the capabilities of this body, don't you? Actually, an interesting thought. Guido's piercings always like made me wonder. Is it like her way at like damaging the body she so hates in like a symbolic way, or making it her own a little bit more? Yeah, it's like no biggie. That's the executioner. Yep, former executioner. What happened to the kids and to the granny? What if she just switched bodies? And her discarded body went to Guido. She didn't choose. It's more like Angela chose her. BU. Or BIL. Either of those. What happened to the kids and the granny? Please check on them. No, she's probably sulking. Or rampaging. That's more like her. What do you mean? Oh, she knows. She knows that he didn't heal her fully on purpose. And yet you did. And yet you did. Ah. And he's back to his old self. To his usual self, I should say. Oh, they fought once already? They absolutely did. Of course they did. Why would I ever doubt that? Oh, shit! That's the episode! Really? Huh. Well, that went by quick. That went by quick. Probably one of the best episodes out of like the recent ones. Huh. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed this episode. And we still have two more. Good shit. Like, this would work for a finale. But no, we still get two more. Why did we hear Fanora's voice in the preview? Was it not Fanora? Was it the Origin Witch's voice? Eloquence and Silence, opening act. Okay, so I guess episode 12 will be Eloquence and Silence, closing act. Unless they're gonna pull like a two-parter on us, right? Second season coming soon, and it's gonna be a split core, just like they did with Sasaki and Peeps. Let's watch this episode again, though. For sure, let's watch it. I really enjoyed it. That's just a recap and opening. I really, really like things like this. A magic piece of paper that makes a door and a cat appear. Sure, good shit. And it leads into a network of corridors that connect randomly to some random rooms across the world. It's really, really good. I really like it. It was. You know what it reminds me of? It really reminds me of Mahotsukai no Yome. Things like this really remind me of Mahotsukai no Yome. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. The corridor is just for us. Nobody else besides the invited ones can enter. It's like furnished with paintings and whatnot. Yeah, good shit. And of course, Guido was left behind. The order demands confidentiality, and you agreed to a contract, but Guido didn't, so she cannot hear it. That's actually a very good explanation as to why he's leaving her behind. I really find Ashaf a little bit too, whatchamacallit, too gullible, almost, when he says, oh, like, I know that following the mission is, like, you know, in her best interest. She's not going to do anything. She's very rational. Like, sure, there is, like, the rare chance that a witch will appear and she's gonna lose her shit, but what are the chances of a witch appearing, really? What are the chances, right, Ashaf? What are the chances? With Guido, you should be taking no chances, my dude. I'm sorry to say, but you really should be taking no chances at all. I hardly expect one to turn up in a country town like this. Yeah. Sure. A witch brewing poisons to cure people. Is this her who turned into Angelina? Whatever the origin witch? I don't know. I think it was her. I'm not sure, though. The grown-ups won't believe us. There's one grown-up that will. This scene is cool with the... yeah, with this. Like, she made no dent in the pavement when she dropped, but then she just stood there and just clicked her heels so hard into the ground that it cracked. Even not incapacitated, but even with broken bones and not fully healed, she's still a force to be reckoned with, isn't she? Yeah, something's up with the ankle. I really was wondering if it's really a witch or not. If it was really a witch, it would be kinda too obvious, kinda too easy, almost. But on the other hand, I had thoughts that, hey, maybe she's one of the good witches. Right? Like, Guido learns that, oh no, you're not the one who cursed me, and the witch heals her wounds and feeds the kids and stuff like that, and everything is fine, and Guido meets another good witch. Especially her look, very reminiscent of the look of the witch from the second arc. Yeah, the one that turned out to be like those two adopted sons of this police officer, right? Kira Haynes, of her sons. They were using a mask that looked just like this. So I thought that, hey, maybe it actually is a witch. Oh no, the leg froze up. And here, she sicked her familiars on Guido. No, it's just animals being animals. And yeah, it might be a little bit of a magical ointment, but not witch magical. This is amazing. Just some dude sitting in a space between dimensions, asking, like, will you be using the corridors? And he lists 3 rooms that this corridor is in contact with. Does it change? Probably. It probably isn't constant. Just, there's over 7,000 of those rooms. Some of them are on another continent. What? I love it. I love it. This will make sense to me one day, right? Of course. And I'm like, Guido, I'm happy to say you'll be worth teaching. I would actually like to see Helga becoming Ashaf's disciple. It would actually be cool if she were to hang around and travel with us, and Ashaf would teach her things that Guido is not receptive to. It would be cool. It really would be cool. And yeah. Black, he's not scared because a witch is in town. He's scared. He's scared shitless because he left Guido alone. And he knows what he did. He knows that he crippled her on purpose, and he knows what the fallout's gonna be. He realizes it perfectly. Oh boy, Ashaf, my man. You're smarter than that. You're really smarter than that. And yeah, executioner. And his way of life. Of course, he has an, what's it called, like infernal instrument, something like that. A cloak that creates a pocket dimension, and he's looking for his companion. Where's my little brother and his forbidden instrument? I mean, with the witch, with the paladins. Simple answer, really. Is this the girl? I think so. Where is she? She was like carrying a pot or something. Yeah, that's her. Did she take over the body? Or did she just shapeshift? I don't know. What could have rattled you so badly? I love this answer. Yeah, I'm rattled, alright. Not just any witch, the hateful witch who cursed Guido. So, actually, I guess I kinda answered my own question with another question, didn't I? My question was, why were we bothering with other witches? Why was Guido testing all the other witches if she knew exactly which witch did this to her? But then we know that what's her face? Alicia, whatever. Angela, yeah. But we know that Angela can either shapeshift or maybe jump bodies, something like that. She can change how she looks. So it would stand to reason that any random witch that we meet might just be Angela in disguise. So it makes sense to test every single one of them. Yeah. I love how Guido's reaction is just an immediate toothy smile. I finally fucking found you and you're going down. Also, is this Fanora's voice actress or is it someone else? AniList doesn't list the voice actress for Angela, does it? No, it does not. I wonder if Mal maybe does. Let me check right quick. Mal. Majo to Yajuu. Come on. Load. And characters and voice actors. Yeah, let's see the full list. Okay, we have the executioner listed at least, so we already have more characters listed on Mal than on AniList. That's good. Angel. Huel Angela Ann. She is voiced by Kana Hanazawa. She is voiced by Kana Hanazawa. Load the fucking list of characters, please. Yeah. Huel Angela. Who else did she voice? I really don't like Mal's interface for characters. Kuroe in Magia Record. That's a character I know. And I'm just not going to go through this whole list. But it's not like Fanora's voice actress, is it? It's not. It's absolutely not. Sorry, I really don't have a good memory for names, so I have to check, like double check, just to make sure. Fanora. Yeah, Angela is Kana Hanazawa, and Fanora is Saori Hayami. Yeah, different voice actresses. Different voice actresses, of course. Okay, so similar voices, but not the same voice actress. So I was mistaken that I heard Fanora's voice. I heard Angela's. And yeah, she just made a cloak like that. What's it to her? Not a problem, is it? Forbidden instrument? Yeah, so what? It's not a big deal. Might be temporary, sure, but she has a way of procuring the original. And yeah, the executioner really underestimated Guido. Give her a sliver of her strength, and she's already stronger than an average human. I wonder how could he have underestimated her if he saw. No, I guess he only saw the aftermath of the fight with the priest, didn't he? So he didn't see Guido actually, performing feats of magic strength and whatnot. And yeah, of course, Ashaf is correct. Even if he could contact Guido, you think she would listen? No. There's a witch, not just any witch, straight before her. The witch that's the cause of her curse. Do you really think you could tell her, hey, Guido, chill. Meet us at the cafe, we're gonna talk about it. No, of course not. And also, they are tied by a red string of fate. The person who curses and the person who is cursed are forever intertwined. That's cool. That's a very interesting curse mechanic. When I healed Guido's body, I left it fragile in places just in case, yeah. But in this condition, even escape will prove difficult. And of course, Helga wants to help. Because she was helped by Guido and she wants to make it back. Make it back. What am I even saying? To repay it. To repay the debt. Her perceived debt. I wanted to see you, but not that guy who's always with you. I wonder, why did Angela not want to see Ashaf? Is there something to it? I'm gonna note down. Angela didn't want to see Ashaf, and I assume it's for a reason, whatever that reason might be. Spread rumors to the church, the order, and the townsfolk would brush off. Yeah. Rumors only you would take seriously. Right, Guido, who reacts to the very mention of the word witch. Right, all the other people would just, the kids saw random granny just, staring the pole, they thought it's a witch. We're not gonna bother with stuff like that. But Guido would. Guido would be the only one who would. So of course, we can see each other anytime as long as we both feel like it. That's the keyword, isn't it? As long as we both feel like it. Guido always feels like meeting up, for sure, but Angela doesn't. So they can meet only when Angela feels like it, really. This is a big reveal, isn't it? How does it feel using my body? I was really questioning, why does Guido have slit pupils, right? That's a characteristic of witches, and she's no witch. Her body is a witch's body. We have a proper explanation. Witch's flesh is all about adaptability, so I bet it adjusted to your soul and made things a lot easier for you. I mean, yeah, a bit longer canines, she can chew bones, she has a lot of muscle strength. She probably also adjusted this body to feel more like hers with piercings, for example. I'm gonna note down that the piercings are significant somehow. Piercings are significant to Guido. Guido. To Guido, either because it's a way of harming the body, like a symbolic harming. I don't feel good with this body, so I'm gonna make holes in it. This kind of a deal. Or a way to make this body hers. What am I writing? A way to make the body hers, right? To customize it. I can't be in my original body, but at least I'm going to make this body more to my liking with some piercings, with she didn't really do many other modifications to it, but yeah, at least with that. And yeah, that's the curse. That's the curse hidden by the choker. And she must really like herself, doesn't she? I was playing with someone else until recently. It just wasn't much fun anymore. So is it just a game for her? Is it just fun? I wonder. I wonder. Angela is just having fun. She was bored and being chased by Guideau is entertaining. That's my first thought. That's the first vibe I'm getting here. And again, holy shit, her eyes and her mouth are ginormous. I guess that's another way that the witch's body adapts, isn't it? Close to a kiss, but no cigar. Yeah, she's not gonna fall for that. She's not your everyday regular witch. She knows the characteristics of the curse. First and foremost, she created this curse. She knows what can, she knows what Guido can do. She knows the body, she knows the curse, she knows Guido from before she was cursed. So those classic tricks are absolutely not going to work. If you really want to undo my curse, that isn't the way. I'll give you signposts if you reach them all and catch up to me. Yep, it's just a game. Angela isn't hiding. She's hiding as in hide and seek. Not even. She's hiding as in... Does the name of the game have any translation to English? I wonder. I'm not gonna check it, but in Polish the game is called podchody. Basically you split into two groups of people or individual people or whatever, usually played in a forest by scouts, like Boy Scouts, and you leave some, marks as to where you're going, like a broken branch, like turned into a specific way, or an arrow made of rocks on the floor, and another team has to set off after a specific time and follow the signs your team leaves to find you. It's a game that they play for like orientation around the forest and whatnot. So I wonder if it's like something similar to her. She's just gonna be leaving those signs and just running away, skipping and hopping and laughing as Guido desperately tries to chase after her. Yeah, it really seems like it's just entertainment. They can't find me while I have this, so she wants to dispose of the cloak. Yeah. Guido is hardy, but not strong enough to break the barrier, alas. Still breathing, nothing to worry about. Yeah, as long as she breathes, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. And there goes the executioner. I'm gonna take a note of BIL. Next hint to Angela. I wonder what could it mean. It probably means something. And the previous arc was perfectly cleaned up. I was afraid that maybe the other executioner is going to be chasing after them or whatever. No, whatever. Not a problem anymore. Not a concern. The other kids and the granny are still a concern though. I hope they're alive. Angela the Origin Witch, indeed. Ageless, eternal. Angela Ann Hewell. Hewell is this drink food that you can order online or something, right? But written differently. That's how I recognize it. One of the world's most powerful witches. Interesting that the Origin Witch, the eternal one, the first one, is one of the most powerful. Not the most powerful, one of the most powerful. Are there witches more powerful than her? Good question. Yeah, she continues to live on. It was Angela who carved those letters, yep. You better commit them to memory. Add some nice food. Some veggies in with pasta in some sauce. I can see, I know, beetroot maybe, some string beans, potato, stuff like that. A big steak with some still bubbling hot sauce. Broccoli, potato, carrot, sunny side up. Ashaf cares about Guido, doesn't he? Of course he does. And I guess this is the place they stay at, because it's already the second time they stay here at this place, unless it's maybe a different place but just looks very similar. Did you find her? No, then fuck off. Of course. We get a detail about Guido's healing. You eat and you heal. That's why she eats so much, because she heals, and she chews even on bones and everything else. How could you starve yourself? At least let me treat you. Yeah, she doesn't trust your treatment, because she knows what you did. And Ashaf is legitimately shocked that Guido figured it out. It was supposed to be a secret. She wasn't supposed to know. But she figured it out somehow. And he wasn't expecting her to figure it out. And we get a nice bit of fighting between them. Ashaf seemingly having a little bit of an edge. Enough of an edge to use magic to undo the damage while still being smacked in the solar plexus. I was fully expecting Guido's fist to be through him, but no, she just smacked him into the what's this area underneath the rib cage, in a lung, I guess, or thereabouts. Seem full of energy. Yeah, you don't need healing. I had no intention of setting you up to fail. I'm doing my best to assure things go smoothly. Nothing I do is pointless, and I won't do anything against your interests. I would never do anything that might result in losing you. You understand that our interests align. Well, you claim that, and yet you did something that actively hampered her, so there's a little bit of a disconnect here. Unless it was legitimately just a lapse in judgment. Unless he legitimately just thought there's no chance in hell that a witch will appear here. It's the calmest place on Earth. There's absolutely nothing going on. The biggest event for the past 10 years was that a tourist, singular, came for a week. Nothing's going to happen. I think that would be an explanation. He legitimately had best interests in mind, but just had a brain fart, basically. Which I like because it really humanizes him, right? Like all those moments where he gets shocked by something or surprised by something, and there were plenty in recent memory, really do wonders to make him more believable. He's not perfect. He makes errors. He misjudges, right? It happens. It happens to the best of us, and it happens to Ashav. I like it. I like it in retrospect. I'm only doing for the sake of the larger picture. Not your enemy, I won't do anything to harm you. For now, just understand that with your head, I don't need your trust or belief or faith. And she allows him to just be here and heal himself. This takes me back to 3 years ago when we first met. This is where I was expecting that we're gonna see a flashback to how they've met, to how they fought. We're gonna get another cool fight. Oh shit, Asha versus Guido and... Oh, that's the episode. This episode really blazed past. In a good way. Like, in a good way. And this is the origin which we have an answer as to who it is. Eloquence and silence opening act. I wonder if the finale will be a flashback to how they met? That would actually work, wouldn't it? Yeah, it would. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, that's better. So, episode 10 of Majo to Yajuu. It was legitimately great. I really had a lot of fun during this episode. I really honestly did. No, like, exaggeration or anything like that. It's interesting how... How do I put it best? I would have expected the most hype moments of this show to be the fights where Guido takes her original form. That was my initial expectation. But we didn't have many situations like that. And even those that we had, it's episodes like this, to me, honestly, that kind of beat those action-heavy episodes in, like, my personal excitement and my personal liking of them, I guess you could say. And I wonder if it's partially because of the art style and the animation and the general budget, whatever it entails. What I mean by that is during the fight scenes, at least some of the bigger ones, they have to compromise on the art at times. It needs to be simplified so that the animation is easier. And you can, takes less effort to actually animate something. But it's the episodes like this that are fairly slow. They still have some dynamic moments of some fighting, but not fully drawn fight scenes. This show has the time to showcase its atmosphere, first of all, and showcase the beautiful art it has. I think that's why I much prefer those slower paced episodes. I really do. I would really like it if we now had a period of a few episodes. Maybe the second season, I don't know. Sasaki to Pichan got a second season, maybe this one will. I would really like to have some episodes of them, Ashav and Guido, just traveling and solving magical cases. Just don't even bring any witches into the equation. Have them travel around the country and catch magical beasts and find stolen magical items and do stuff like that, right? I would so love to watch that. I really would. Like, sure, have a fight every now and then. Have a big bad boss at the end of the season. Sure, but the rest, just case of the week. Right? Case of the week. Magical pen was stolen. You need to retrieve it. A moonlit bloodhound escaped the pen. You need to catch it and find it. Right? Things like that. I would love it. Because it would, I feel, really bring the atmosphere, crank up the mystery. Right? It would be cool. I really enjoy the atmosphere of this show and the art of this show and those little moments like between Guido and Ashav where Guido wants to be angry at Ashav but understands that it's not the way, that he actually wants the best, and just sits down on the bed, and Ashav sits down on the floor, heals himself, and she will probably come out of the room eventually and she will eat that slab of meat together with Ashav, and they will go meet up with Helga and they will go solve another case. I really love those moments. Characters do the most for me in this show as well. They're great. I love Ashav, although I'm a little bit sus about him after this episode when he, like, willingly or purposefully rather hampered Guido. There's, a little bit sus there, but probably for, like, not for no reason. Probably for a reason. Probably he actually did it for a reason, just had a lapse in judgment. Yeah, good shit. I hope Helga sticks around. I really, really, really hope that Helga becomes a part of our team. Although maybe, like, periodically. Because I would still very much like to have those moments of just Guido and Ashav. Just them two. Occasionally with Helga being, like, completely losing her mind at the fact that, holy shit, Guido lost an arm and you don't care about it, Ashav? And her arm just grows back and she slaps Ashav on the head and Helga's like, what? How? Right? I know. Every so often it would be cool, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's gonna be it about this episode. I very much enjoyed myself. I love the reveal that we know who that witch is, that the witch is just playing with us. It's just a matter of time. There's that, like, string of fate. I love the reveal of the corridors. That's something super cool. That's something I really like. Good. I particularly liked how abso-fucking-lutely panicked Ashav was when he learned that, yeah, there is a witch in this city after all. That was amazing. That was great. He wasn't scared about the witch. He was scared of what Guido's gonna do, and for a reason. For a reason. Good episode. I enjoyed myself thoroughly. But you guys, you tell me, what did you think about it, about my reaction, my theories, stuff like that? Say so in the comments down below. No spoilers, please. Spoilers can go to my Discord here, also in the description below. Like this video if you liked it, subscribe to be notified of future releases, not only Majo to Yajuu, but also Yuki-Yuna, Metallic Rouge, Shangri-La, Frontier, and others coming at you in the future, because a new season is going to be starting soon. So also click the bell to be notified of when I go live, because I'm going to be streaming my look at the next season soon-ish, sometime in the future. Support the channel if you want monetarily on Patreon or YouTube down below. On Patreon for $10 you get early access to non-seasonal shows like Yuki-Yuna, and for just $1 you get a role on the Discord and a place in the credits. You can also support me on YouTube directly via memberships, super chats, super thanks, and if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever, you don't have to share my content, spread the word. It costs absolutely nothing and helps the channel a lot. And now, with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm gonna see you in the next one. Cheers! And here's my wonderful patrons: QB, Without a Net, Jacob Survivor, Zayren, Absolution, Yukala, Ishtamu, Marcos, and Dr. Wotaka, Master Marsh, Fassel, and Hans Peter. And you can join them as well without having to find the witch that cursed Guido.